Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is March 8th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon here. Check out this cold upper level trough across the region here. You can see that low pressure system spinning off the Oregon coast that brought some thunderstorms across western Washington, Oregon yesterday. May do so again today. We'll take a look at the model data here on that in a moment. You can see this colder air pouring off the continent here over the Pacific Ocean. This is eventually going to pivot across the area through the day Friday, bring some nice snowfall for the higher terrain, and even a few inches for places on in through eastern Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, and British Columbia are coming up. We'll take a look at those details as we go through the video today. Now, taking a look here, the tempest weather flow here has been doing very well. The thermometer, barometer, and wind speed are very accurate. The lightning detection was a pleasant surprise. The solar radiation is keeping up with much more expensive weather station sensors out there. So I highly recommend this station. It's a very affordable option. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get a nice weather station at your house. I'm going to be doing a giveaway today. So if you are a member of this page, you will automatically be entered in that giveaway. You see that join button down below. Go ahead and click it and make sure you're a member, and you'll be automatically entered as well. So I'll put that video out a little bit later on today. Back to the forecast here. National Weather Service Spokane. You got another round of snow coming potentially tonight and through Thursday morning, shown here. Pullman, Spokane included here. Maybe even Richville getting on the action a bit here. Higher amounts across some of the higher terrain here, as you can see. Maybe Wenatchee getting around an inch or so the snow there, but better totals might be coming here as we go through the day Friday into Friday night, as that more powerful storm will move across the area. More on that here in a moment. And this is winter precipitation for Friday. National Weather Service Spokane there. They're talking about it now, and that storm has some better precipitation to work with here, more moisture amounts. We'll take a look at that also in the models in a minute. Now, this is the black ice. We're going through this period of the year where you get that thawing during the day and the refreezing overnight in the early morning hours. The black ice causes all kinds of accidents and injuries out there. So just to have that heads up in the back of your mind out there, be prepared for that. Don't let the black ice sneak up on you. So here you go. Current hazards. Not much going on right now except for southern Oregon, but that is going to be changing. Winter weather advisories are going to start to be issued here as we go on in through tomorrow, especially for that Friday storm coming up here. Pretty substantial. It's got a lot of precipitation and moisture to work with here to get on east of the Cascades. More on that here in a moment. This is day one thunderstorm outlook, and it's just similar to what was shown yesterday. And those thunderstorms, as you know, did move up into western Washington and up a bit further into Oregon as well. So we might do that again today. They might be underplaying this a bit here, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Starting now, here's the HRRR, the high resolution rapid refresh lightning flash density potential, and you can see going through the afternoon hours starts to pop up across some of western Washington, eastern Oregon, even western Oregon again, and you can see that potential as we go through the afternoon, early evening hours before that threat starts to wane as we go into the nighttime hours here. Now let's take a look at what the European has to say. This is last night's run, the 06Z. Put it into motion, and you can see by the time we get into the afternoon hours, you see this lightning potential out here. Some of the Washington foothills here actually shows better western Washington versus anywhere else, but you can see that there is the threat going on again today. Now taking a look here, this is the GFS. This is hot off the presses, the 12Z run. You can see the trough over the Pacific Northwest here, and put that into motion, and you can see upper level lows, what's going to bring that thunderstorm threat today right there. And this one's pivoting off the coastline here. It's going to move over the area as we go through the day and night Friday, and that's what's going to bring that significant storm across the region here. Some nice snowfall is going to occur with that. We're going to go over those details a little bit more tomorrow, but we'll also take a look at some of the ensembles here in a minute as well. This is looking at 10,000 feet, somewhere up towards 10,000 feet, 700 millibars. You can see BC, Washington, Oregon there, and you see that cold air just carved out over the Pacific Northwest here. And that's what's going to be that thunderstorm threat again today. And you can see that next system out here, nice low but cold air here, is going to launch itself across the region here as we go through Friday, on in through Friday night there. So here we go. Here's the European surface pressure map here. And then you got the precipitation overlay. And kind of see that precipitation move up through this afternoon and evening here. A couple bands of snowfall maybe for eastern Washington, but then watch this system. It's got a lot more moisture to work with here as we go on in through the day Friday. Look at some of this moderate precipitation in the form of snowfall across eastern Oregon here, the Cascades, Idaho, Montana. So a pretty significant winter storm coming in here. Places Cascades and east right now. You could even see some snowflakes mixing in across some of the lower elevations here west of the Cascades also. So you have to watch out for that. Might make a nice wintry scene, but significant snowfall is supposed to be Cascades east as of this point. We're going to look at the storm in much more detail tomorrow as these winter weather advisories start to be issued for this storm. This is looking at 850 millibars. This is temperature anomaly. You can clearly see we're well below normal here across much of the Pacific Northwest. That next storm system out here lurking, and you can see it move across the region. See a lot of warm air moving into California here, but we are staying in the colder trough here for the time being here across Pacific Northwest as we go on in through the weekend coming up. Taking a look here, this is the European last night trend, total snow Kuchera ratio in inches. And here we go on through the day today. A little bit of snowfall for eastern Washington, but then you can clearly see the better amounts start to come across the region as we go through Friday afternoon. You see Spokane picking up several inches as well. Some of the models are trying to include Yakima on that a bit. Also over here, Walla Walla was even showing up in some of the ensembles, getting some snowfall here as well. Pullman possible. Big snowfalls coming across the Cascades, the Blue Mountains. A lot of eastern Oregon's going to get a nice coating of snowfall here as well as a panhandle of Idaho, western Montana as the system traverses through the area. You see not much scheduled here for the Willamette Valley and the Puget Sound, but you can't rule out some flakes mixing in, especially down for some of the higher terrain here across the region. This is looking at Seattle, Tacoma. We did get up into the 50s yesterday, and you can see that's going to start to feel nice here. I know I kind of like that sunbreak action going on during the early portion of the day yesterday, and, maybe we start getting into those 50s. It starts to feel more like spring here across the Pacific Northwest. Same signal here for Portland. This is Spokane, and again, we're going to be dealing with some snowfall here the day Friday on into Saturday morning here. Pretty chilly until we get on to early next week. But yeah, still flirting with those overnight lows below freezing here for a lot of eastern Washington. You get that thawing, that refreezing, that black ice can be quite the hazard out there. So heads up for that. This is Spokane. You can clearly see that bump as we go through the day Friday. Here's that snowfall potential coming in here. You look at 2, 3, maybe 4 inches out of this system there for some of the areas across eastern Washington. Not bad. Look at Yakima showing up quite nicely here in the ensembles. Also, the ensemble mean up towards 3 inches out there as well. Pretty significant storm rolling through here. More on this tomorrow. This is Ephrata. Look at that, showing 3-4 inches there as well. So might be a nice little snowmaker over there. And again, we'll go over that in detail tomorrow. You can see the West Coast between 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 day. Again, just below average here across much of the West. So yeah, do that weather station giveaway a little bit later here today. Make sure you join the page. And if you remain a member, you automatically get entered in any kind of drawing that I do. So highly recommend that. It helps support the page. But anyway, yeah, click like, subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow. We'll watch this storm roll in here. We'll try to pinpoint some amounts more. And I'll talk to you guys again later this afternoon when I do that video on the weather station giveaway. So I'll probably just go ahead and pick the winner today. So you'll probably know by tonight if you won the weather station or not. So anyway, we will go ahead and do this again tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys later today.